everyone. Welcome to Sri Chaitanya. This is Uma Shankar. Yeah, friends, actually last time in calculus we have completed the limits part, and I have divided the entire limits part into 6 lessons. Now, in continuation to that, today I am concentrating the most important chapter and useful for all competitive examinations, not only for mains, even for mains and advanced. Another beautiful topic, nothing but continuity. This is lesson number 1. Actually, I have divided the chapter continuity in 3 lessons. In this one, I am concentrating what is the definition of the continuity, and in a different stages, how can we define the continuity and the continuity of a function. Okay, now my friends, this is about continuity of a function at a point and an interval I. See, actually in the limits also, I told one important aspect. Suppose f of x is a function and a is a real number. A is a real number. We are talking about finding limit of the function at as x tends to a. Suppose let L be the limit of the function. It is also a real number. Then symbolically we represent this as limit x tends to a, f of x is equal to L. This part already we have completed in limit concept. There I stressed one important aspect. What's that? Limit is different and value of the function is different. But in general, for evaluating the limit, ultimately we are substituting where to find the limit of the function. That point we are substituting in the variable of the function, thereby we are getting some number, and in general we call that number as a limit. That is appearing like that. But my friends, I strongly and I told this point very precisely and clearly that limit of the function at a point, and the point need not be an element in the domain of the function. That point I told in the limits session. Now coming to continuity of a function at a point. See, suppose f is a function defined an interval I, where I is the interval. It is a open interval or closed interval or semi-closed, semi-open or infinite interval, whatever it may be. It is a subset to set of real numbers. And C is an interior point of the interval. That is important. What's about in a limit? That point need not be a point in the domain of the function, where the function is defined on the interval, and the point where we have to find the limit of the function, I mean continuity, we have to check the continuity of the function. That point should be the interior point of that interval. So the continuity of f at x is equal to c may be defined like this. How to define? See, f be a continuous function at x is equal to c if for any arbitrary positive number epsilon, no matter how small it may be, there exists a positive number delta such that whenever mod x minus c less than delta, then mod f of x minus f of c less than epsilon, then we can say that the function f is continuous at x is equal to c. And if f is continuous at x is equal to c, then we can write it as limit x tends to c, f of x is equal to f of c. In other language, I can say that limit of the function as x approaches to c is nothing but value of the function at x is equal to c. What do you mean by f of c? It is value of the function at x is equal to c. And what do you mean by limit x tends to c f of x? Limit of the function as x approaches to c. Actually, both are not necessarily be equal. If they are equal, then only we can say that the function is continuous at that point x is equal to c, where c is any point in an interval I, which is subset of set of real numbers. So the definition also just similar to what? Definition of the limit only. Where in the definition of the limit, where we are finding limit of the function, there we are considering the deleted neighborhood of that particular point, whereas in continuity, that point includes in that neighborhood, and moreover, your function should be defined at that point. This is very clear. So, what I am saying that f is continuous at x is equal to c if the functional value f of x are close to f of c when x close to c. That means, in simple line, if limit of the function equal to value of the function at that point, simply I can say that the function is said to be continuous at that point. Okay, this is about what continuity of a function at a point. And how to define continuity of the function in an interval? See, the same thing. So, f is continuous at x is equal to c means what? First, f is defined at x is equal to. Defined means f of c must be exists. That means it should be a finite unique number. And limit extends to c f of x exists. That means both left hand limit and right hand limit are exists and are equal. And number 3, the value of the function at x is equal to c and limit must be equal. If any one of the conditions, any one of, though the function is not defined at the point, or if left hand limit not defined exists or right hand limit doesn't exist, or if they exist and they are not equal, and if the value of the function is defined and the limit of the function is defined but they are not equal, if any of the above conditions fails to satisfy by the function, simply we can say that the function is not continuous at x is equal to c. We can call it as a discontinuous function. So, not continuous implies what? Not continuous implies what? Discontinuous. So, if any function which is not continuous implies it is a discontinuous function, I can say. Now, coming to the definition too. It is just like what? Haynes definition or Cauchy's definition. See, if f is said to be continuous at x is equal to c, if every convergent sequence xn in interval I having a limit c, then the sequence f of xn converging to f of c. That means f is said to be continuous at c if sequence xn converges to c implies sequence f of xn converges to f of c. In a sequence language, the same notation I am applying for what? Sequence xn tends to c. That I am calling it as what? Converging to c. Sequence f of xn converging to f of c. What does it mean? Sequence xn converging to c means limit n tends to infinity. Sequence xn is equal to c implies limit n tends to infinity f of xn equal to f of c. Whenever this holds, then we can say that the function is continuous at x is equal to c. This is another definition for continuity of the function, also called Cauchy's definition of the continuity or Haynes definition of the continuity. This term I have used in our limit session also. The same thing here also I am telling, instead of limit I am using this as what? Continuity. The same thing holds good here in continuity chapter. Okay, my friends. So, this is about what? Continuity of the function at a point. Now, coming to continuity of a function in an open interval. See, suppose this is open interval AB. How can we define a function is said to be continuous in an open interval? Open interval means it contains infinitely many number of points. And just now we have practiced that how a function should be continuous at x is equal to a particular point. The same thing holds good at each and every point in this interval, because between a and b how many points will exist? Infinitely many. So if it exists at each and every point in this interval, then we can say that the function is continuous in open interval AB. Clear? That means, suppose if C is any point in open interval AB, and if f is continuous at x is equal to c, that means limit x tends to f of x equal to f of c, then we can say that f is continuous in an open interval AB. Now coming to continuity of the function in a closed interval AB. Suppose this is closed interval AB. See here, there is no points left to A and there is no points right to B. See, this is A and this is B. In closed interval AB, only you have to consider all points right to A and left to B, not left to A or right to B. So, when can I say the function is continuous in a closed interval AB? If it satisfies the following properties. What are those? First one. Since there is no left points at A, first end point, this A is called the first end point, therefore, it is right continuous at x is equal to A. So, only if right hand limit exists and is equal to value of the function at that point, then I can say that the function is right continuous. This is also another important definition. And at another limit point or at another end point, since there is no right points to B, only left points will exist. So, at x is equal to B, left hand limit exists and the value of the function, they are equal. That means f is left continuous at x is equal to B. Of A and B, again the points in between A and B is nothing but open interval AB, and it satisfies, it is continuous in open interval AB. So, what are the conditions at which we can say that the function is continuous in closed interval AB? First point is, at the first end point it is right continuous, at a second end point it is left continuous, and in between it is continuous. So simply, if I have taken closed interval AB as my closed interval, then it is right continuous at x is equal to A, that is the limit x tends to A plus f of x is equal to f of A, and is continuous in open interval AB, and left continuous at x is equal to B, that means limit x tends to B minus f of x is equal to f of B. So here one important point, again I want to stress it more, that is, a function f is said to be continuous at a point x is equal to c if it is left continuous as well as right continuous at x is equal to c. That is also another definition for continuity of a function at a point. So when can I say the function is continuous at x is equal to c? If it is left continuous means limit x tends to c minus f of x is equal to f of c. This is called left continuous. And right continuous, that means limit x tends to c plus f of x is equal to f of x, f of c. Whenever these two left and right continuous concepts are satisfied by the function at a point x is equal to c, then we can say that the function is continuous at x is equal to c. So what is the difference between the limit of the function at a point and continuity of the function at a point? The main differences are, number one, in a limit, that point need not be an element in the domain of the function. It is the limiting point of the domain of the function. Whereas in a continuity, that point where you are checking the continuity of the function, that point should belongs to the domain of the function, and moreover, your function should be defined at that point. And in limits, your function need not be defined at that point. Okay, these are the main differences between limit and continuity. And this is about continuity of the function in open interval, and this is continuity of the function in closed interval. Now coming to continuity on a set. Yeah, because set means every interval is also a set. And so far we have concentrated the intervals. Suppose set of real numbers, set of rational numbers, set of irrational numbers. If I am talking about like that, just like interval, it is also holds good like this. That means a function f is said to be continuous in a set, in an arbitrary set, which is subset of set of real numbers. Then it is continuous at every point in that set. That means, say A is any point in the set S, A is any arbitrary point in the set S, and if limit x tends to A, f of x is equal to f of A, that means value of the function is equal to limit of the function at that point x is equal to A, then we can say that f is continuous at A. Since A is any arbitrary, therefore we can say that the function is continuous at each and every point in the set S, then that is called continuity of the function in a set, on a set. Okay, it is just like what? Replace interval with the set. Everything is same. Okay, now this is the most important point to understand, because in some of the textbooks and guides they are using some unnecessary words in solving the problems and creating the problems also. Remember this. It should be noted that continuity of the function is a property of the interval and is meaningful at x is equal to A only if the function has the graph in the immediate neighborhood of x is equal to A. Not necessarily be at x is equal to A. I will explain the same thing with examples. Suppose f of x is equal to 1 by x minus 1 is given for you. There, actually your function at x is equal to 1, your function is not defined. So, where your function is not defined, at that point we are talking about whether the function is continuous or not is meaningful. Where the function is not defined, and that point is what? Whether it is the point where the function, but other than that point your function is defined. Other than that point your function is what? Defined. Immediate neighborhood of that point your function is defined. Then only in that case we have to talk or we have to discuss about the continuity. See, for example, f of x is equal to log x is there. What is the domain of log x? That is open interval 0 to infinity. This is the domain of the function log x. So only thing is the domain of the function itself is a positive real numbers. But don't use the word what is check the continuity of the function at x is equal to minus 2 or something, minus 3 or something. Because minus 2, it is not at all the immediate neighborhood of the point of the domain. So it is not meaningful. But people are asking and constructing the questions in such a way that, okay, check the continuity of the function f of x is equal to log x at x is equal to minus 2 or something like that, minus 3 or minus 4 or something like that. Don't say like that, which is meaningless. So, whenever we are talking about continuity of the function at a particular point, whether the function is defined at that particular point or not is immaterial for me, whereas the function is defined in immediate neighborhood of that point. If the function is defined at that point and the limit values are also equal at that point, then only the function is said to be continuous. At that cases only we have to ask or find whether continuity of the function at that point exists or not. If it is beyond that one, don't use that kind of unnecessary words while finding the continuity of the function. So, my friends, please remember this as the very, very powerful point. And of course, since domain for all polynomial functions for trigonometric functions like sine, cos, tan, etc., and exponential functions. And there are all these kind of logarithmic functions, all are continuous in their domain. Which functions are always continuous? Polynomial function. What is the domain of the polynomial function? Set of real numbers. So set of polynomial function is continuous everywhere. What is about a trigonometric function? Domain of the trigonometric function R is sin x is R, cos x is R. So it is continuous everywhere. Whenever domain is R, I can use the term domain continuous is continuous everywhere. Exponential function e power x. It is domain of the function is e power x is R. It is continuous everywhere. Logarithmic function is open interval 0, infinity. That is set of positive real numbers only. So it is continuous in its domain only. Don't use, you check whether it is continuous at x is equal to -2 or -3 or something like that, just like mentioned above. So such kind of functions are always continuous in their domain. This is another important point to remember. Hope in this first session I have given the beauty of the continuity of the function at a point, and I have defined the continuity, the difference between, I have discussed and I have clarified your major doubt, what is the difference between continuity and limit of a function at a point, and how do we define continuity of the function in an open interval, in a closed interval, or in a set, and why it is a property of an interval with some beautiful examples. Okay friends, we will meet with next lesson, lesson number 2, with another best properties in lesson 2 of continuity. Hope if you like this video, please share and subscribe. And my friends, as I said earlier, and once after getting the notification, final notification, I will give more information like this and sometimes a shortcut formulas also for you. Please utilize this opportunity, and it will help you a lot for improving your knowledge in JEE mains and advanced examination. And my friends, this kind of lecturers are available always, and experienced faculty of Sri Chaitanya is there. And if you have any queries, and soon within days we are going to start the revision schedule also, and all India test series also. Regarding this, if you have any queries, please don't hesitate to ask our nearest Sri Chaitanya campuses. They will guide you properly. Thank you once again.